What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about the supermarket and the lean manufacturing. The supermarket is the inventory of materials that's implemented in a certain location in the production process. It could be anything like inventory of raw materials, inventory of the finished goods, work in process materials. The supermarket is useful to smooth the production process, the way that's observing any changes that's happening in the customer demand or production. Productions, there's a lot of issues that could happen from machine downtime due to service or anything that's happening regard changes like a changeover. If I have a production line that runs multiple parts using multiple different components, that's where we need supermarket implemented. The way that whenever I have order, I'm not gonna have a lot of ways for moving components, moving raw materials back and forth toward that line. I have This is a FlexSim, and I have just very basic model. I have one production line, one machine, and run two different parts. We have the red box and the green box. The material comes from this side, goes through the machine, and then move to the storage area, and then we'll ship to the customer. So that's the process flow. So the location of the supermarket is going to be before that production line, where we put the input incoming materials of the red box and the green box. And this is the location of the supermarket. If I run the model, that's how it works. So here we're going to talk about, so now we're going to talk about the calculation of the supermarket. How many parts inventory we should have as a material in the inside the supermarket. The calculation of the supermarket inventory is the daily customer demand rate multiplied by lead time, how long it takes by days to get a certain amount of the material that literally serve the total customer demand. That's the lead time, which replenishment time, plus the safety stock. Safety stock is a safe amount of the finished goods or the finished materials we're gonna need um, stored, um, just to observe any variables that happening in the production daily basis. So if I have fluctuation in the customer demand, like increase in the customer demand, or if I have a downtime that's happening from the machine, anything that disrupt and that could cause in issues regard like missing shipments or short shipping to customer. This is a safety stacks will be helpful to manage that. There's a lot of ways to calculate the safety stacks. Here I just put 20%, for this example. 20% of the total daily customer demand. So here is using as an example for our model here, we have the red box and the green box have the same demand, same calculation, 50 parts we need per day. We lead time is 1 day, and I use the same safety stacks 20%. So 50 multiplied by 1, that's 50 plus 50, 20% of the 50, which is 10 parts. So total is going to be 60. And same thing calculation goes to the green box. So the total becomes 60 plus 60, that's 120. So 60 is, for each part number, is actually the total number of Kanbans that's going to be in the supermarket. That's a total. Okay. Every day, how many we make, we're not going to make 60. It just depends on the customer demand, like how many parts the customer is ordering. That will be how much Kanban is going to be pulled toward the supermarket. And we can use a model just to show that. Let's go to the model. This is the location of the supermarket. For our model, we have red box and the green box. We store the green box here, material. That's a row of material of the green box. And on the left side, that's where we store the um, incoming red raw material of the red box. We design the supermarket that holds a total of 120 raw materials for both green boxes and the red boxes. And we get this from this calculation. This is how we determine how much inventory we're gonna need as a total. Doesn't mean this is how much we have to build every day. Still that we have to build according to customer demand. So that's how much space we're gonna need for green box, red box, and how much space we're gonna need for the green box. So the total is 60 plus 620. So we designed this supermarket. It's a floor rack that holds total of 120. However, the the number of the boxes here of the material, this is actually number of Kanbans that push to the system. So we know like every day this is how much we're gonna make. So we make exactly how much is needed. If I make this full of raw materials, there's a possibility we're actually gonna overproduce parts, and that's considered waste. And the designing of the supermarket is like a flow rack. We push parts from the back, goes all the way toward the operator, always move from the back toward the operator. So that serve the first in, first out concept. And then we have the parts. We have a quick changeover. I mean, changeover is almost nothing, it's almost zero. So we have a quick changeover. We're gonna run green dot first, green boxes first, and then we do changeover to the red boxes. And Opera doesn't have to wait for materials. The materials are already there. If I keep running here, gonna run green boxes, and then it's gonna run red boxes. At finish, this is the end of the shift, and we have parts, finished goods in the storage area. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later.